Hey everybody! So recently I hit 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. Wow! Did you do that? What? You know, in the 2 years and some months that I've been making this channel, I've been constantly surprised by the fact that there continues to be an audience for my videos and that I just keep making them. It's the coolest thing in the world that I get to do this, honestly, and I can't thank you enough, I guess, for making that a reality for me. So I thought it would be nice to just relax and drink some wine and answer questions that you guys had for me. I think it'll be fun. Oh, and before we get started, I just wanted to say that my sweater has weirdly become a big part of my brand identity on YouTube, which was a little bit unexpected for me. So I decided to do a thing where if you pledge $25 on Patreon, I'll send you a sweater that I bought. It's sort of like this. It's kind of like this sweater. So do that if you're interested. So with that out of the way, let's get started answering your questions. Question time. Pouring wine for question time. Can't you see? It's question time, baby, for you and me. Jordan Johnson asks, your vocal cadence has changed dramatically over the course of your video history. I feel like a lot of your videos have a nervous feeling that makes you more relatable, but this nervous cadence wasn't in your early videos. Was this on purpose? No. I think that one thing is that in my early videos, I wasn't on camera. I always talked on the microphone and you never saw my face. It's hard to say exactly why I have the cadence I do in my videos. You know, I'm not like an exceptionally nervous person in real life. And I actually didn't think that my cadence in my videos was that nervous in the first place. It might just be the way I talk. I don't know, it's a little bit awkward though, isn't it? To like put on a camera and give your media thoughts to the public. It's awkward, and I don't think I'm trying to phone it in, but I'm happy you find my cadence relatable. Mwah. Next question. Don Lasagna asks, what is one common, but not super talked about mistake you see a lot of creators making in regards to making their stuff? And what would you suggest to avoid making that mistake? So a lot of times what I see, especially among newer creators, is a lack of attention to the structure of an argument that you're trying to make. Like a lot of times what you'll see is somebody makes an argument and then to support that argument they provide, let's say, 3 points. And those points aren't related to each other in any way and could therefore go in any order. And if you're not using one point to support another point, if they could be arranged in any order, then you're not making use of the space that you've been provided as a creator, right? It's important to give the sense that your videos are intentional, right? That there's a reason why you're talking about what you're talking about when you're talking about it. And I think that a lot of creators would do themselves a service by, once they have their arguments in their mind, once they have their ideas, to think, okay, what connects them? What's the important way that I want to arrange these ideas to create meaning in the mind of my audience? So that's kind of a very specific thing that I've noticed, and it's really helpful to be cognizant of that stuff. It brings your videos to another level, IMO. A name I don't know how to pronounce writes, how intense do you need to study, rewatch, take notes, research the movie/videos you talk about to get to the point where you feel confident making a video and releasing your sweet, sweet hot takes to the public? The answer differs drastically depending on the topic. You know, sometimes all I need is to watch the movie once and take notes during it, and I generally have the idea and I can sort of muscle my way through the video. Other times I need to rewatch, think about it incessantly, research other things in order to come to the conclusion I come to. It depends a ton. Thank you for calling my hot takes sweet. Mwah. Blop bloop blop, bloop blop bloop, blop 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 blop. Milk Biscuit asks, what's your favorite and least favorite social media platforms? I only really go on one social media platform, Twitter, because I don't really consider YouTube a social media platform, at least not in the way I use it. I love Twitter. A lot of people have a big bone to pick with Twitter because it can admittedly be a remarkably unpleasant and sometimes toxic space. But thus far, I've had fun on it, and I would rank it highly. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine for me. Follow my Twitter. As far as Instagram and other stuff like that is concerned, I don't know. I don't use it. I don't want to take pictures of myself all the time, is really what it comes down to there. The Universe Loves You asks, are you scared of rejection? You know, yes, of course I am. And I understand this is probably a jokey question, but like every time I make a video or interact with the public in this way, it always comes at this personal sense of risk to myself. Like, you know, what if this is the one that makes people dislike me? You know, I remember when I released my Anita Sarkeesian video, and I was sure that this was the one that would end my career. People would be like, oh, that guy's an SJW, I don't even have to listen to him, I'm done with this fart, and then that would be it. And thankfully that didn't happen. And what I've discovered over the process of making these videos is that, you know, there's really not that much to worry about. You know, obviously if I made a take people disagreed with, they would get mad at me, but if I'm honest and I try to say what I think is interesting about a text and what I think is true about a text, people will respond positively. And it's helped me, I think, in all walks of life. You know, I think I'm a more confident person now than I was when I started making YouTube videos. Anyway, Federico Presti asks, do you have short, medium, and long-term goals? What are these? So my short, medium, and long-term goals are make more videos. You know, I'm 24, right? And people my age have like 5-year plans where they're not in the career they want yet, but they're figuring it out and all that stuff. And I kind of envy that. I envy that sense of like long-term planning. But the reality of the situation is I'm very happy doing what I do. And I don't think I can do it forever, but for the time that I can do it, I'm just excited to keep on doing it. I don't need a big plan, personally. Anyway, cool. Yeah, that's the answer. Tonatia Cadena, I'm sorry, I know I mispronounced that a lot, asked, what is your own favorite video? I don't know if this is referring to my favorite video of mine or my favorite video on YouTube, but my favorite video on YouTube is I Wanna Be Tall by Jenna Marbles. You know that video where she's like, I wanna be tall. I wanna be taller than I am. I wanna be taller than other people. I wanna be tall. Next question. I wanna be taller than I am. Sorrel B asks, do your videos turn out the way you envisioned them from the start? And if no, how do you feel about that? You know, this question shocked me because they do. Almost always my videos turn out to be very similar to how I imagined them being when I started writing them. I think that's probably because they're so simple that I can sort of grasp the entirety of a video before I really get started making it. But honestly, yeah. Basically, from the second that I start writing a video, I have a very clear idea of what I think it's gonna be like, what it's about. There's this central idea that I'm interested in exploring, and usually I can figure out the details from there. I think that's probably kind of rare, though. I wouldn't take that as any kind of advice or signifying that you're doing a bad job if that's not the case for you. It's not like that. I don't know. Chris Komodo asks, sweaters, shtick or reality? I think this question's really funny because the whole sweater aspect of my online personality has been overplayed so much that it's like, I don't wear sweaters in all my videos. In fact, I'd say it's less than half of my videos I wear sweaters in. And now I'm trying to reinforce the sweater branding with offering it to people. But yeah, IRL I wear sweaters. I love a good sweater. They're so cozy and large. I don't know, you know, shtick or reality, what's the difference? I wear sweaters a lot. Is it so weird to wear sweaters a lot? Like, What is the expected clothing that I'm supposed to be wearing that I don't wear, or something like that? I feel like it's pretty normal to wear a sweater. Anima Vagula asks, do you think those big puppy eyes of yours play into being able to convince people your take is the right one? Chig Bungus asks, what's the deal with your eyes? You know, there's this really interesting temptation I've seen among my community on the internet to do this whole, like, he's cozy, he wears sweaters, he has large eyes thing, which is genuinely so weird and foreign to me that I barely know how to react to it. It's not something you do when you wake up every day to be like, okay, I'm gonna have big eyes or whatever. It's so odd. I'm gonna move on to the next question now. I'm done here. Moving on. Whatever. It's fine, by the way. I don't care. It's the natural temptation of any interaction between a creator and their audience is to construct some sort of a brand identity for them. And I understand perfectly why it's tempting, because people like to see patterns and people like to have accessible things that they use to relate to the work. And that's great. You know, I don't have anything to say about that, but it's very weird to see your online presence be transmuted into an iconic version of itself. You know, hard to parse that mentally. Whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Rachel Tail asks, do you have any hobbies or thing you really want to learn how to do besides YouTube? I really want to make a video game. I have this choose your own adventure type video game called God Save the Queen that I started writing like a year ago, and I want to return to it, you know? I want to learn how to make games. I think that'd be so fun. Also, I want to learn how to sing. I want to take vocal lessons and really hone my craft when it comes to singing. I know that seems like a joke, but it's true. That's true. Christopher Reed asks, how much of on-screen Big Joel is a character? This has been a recurrent theme in this video that I'm surprised by, this question of branding versus my true identity, right? And it's such a complicated question, and a good one, but an unanswerable one. You know, we like to think of our identities as coherent, holistic, and logical. That at the center of all of this is me, and to some extent or another, I am expressing that true, essential Big Joel to you. But I don't know how much that's true or untrue. We spend a lot of time on the internet questioning the authenticity of the creators who are talking to us, and I think that it's to some extent misplaced. I don't know how much I care or am invested in trying to litigate the difference between me, the person, Henry is my name, from Big Joel, the brand. They are inextricably linked to one another, and to the extent that they are different, I am unaware of their differences. I'll move on now. These answers are getting less and less coherent, and I'm gonna keep on trucking, my man. Paru Saro asks, how does it feel to constantly receive YouTube randos' opinions about all your takes? I think that there's often this underlying desire to beat the YouTube man, right? Like, he spent 3 weeks thinking about this topic and writing about it, and now I'm coming in to say that all those thoughts are invalid. I have a big giant brain, and I'm going to figure out where you went wrong because I dislike the conclusion that you came to. And it's fine, you know? I don't want to make my channel the sort of place where people feel like they're inadequate at adding to the discourse, particularly because a big part of my channel is me being adequate to add in my 2 cents, right? I approve of the people who come on my channel and disagree with me for the sheer pleasure of thinking that they're smarter than me, but it's not something that's healthy or good for me to constantly expose myself to that. That's your answer. It's perfect. Thomas Brocklin asks, who would your dream YouTuber partnership be with? It's gotta be Jenna Marbles, right? I would love to contribute to a Jenna Marbles video. It's Jenna Marbles, yeah. I'd like to be like a dog in one of Jenna Marbles' videos. Yeah, that's the answer. Caleb Romo asks, do my pets really love me, or is pet ownership a form of interspecies Stockholm syndrome? Yes, your pets love you. They're not, if your pet is constantly trying to escape, then, fine, maybe you should think about how you're treating them, but, the pets I've had in my life have been great friends of mine, and I'm sure that your pets love you as much as you love them. Remnant asks, do you think you'll ever do a collab with HBomber guy? Gamers rise up. I don't know, get him to do a collab with me. No, don't do that. Don't tweet at HBomb, do a collab with Big Joel. I said that like I wanted you to do it, but I actually don't want you to do that. Thank you. Okay, this video is getting kind of long, I think, so I'm gonna cut it here. Sorry to the people that I didn't answer the questions of. There was more than 100 of them. Thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much to the people that have given me money, to the people who share my videos and support them and who like them. I really appreciate it. So, goodbye, have a nice rest of your day and stuff. I'll see you next time.